This lightweight fight brought to you by JM Lexus, the #1 Lexus dealer in the world. RJ Goodridge in the black trunks. Chris ZUNIGA, just missing with that right hand, is in the white and red. That one snuck through. ZUNIGA, an excellent wrestler. You see that low center of gravity. RJ Goodridge, a well-rounded fighter, gifted in the striking or the ground game department, but he's eaten a couple of shots here by ZUNIGA. There, another one, that right hand behind the ear. ZUNIGA's like a pit bull, Dean.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is one of the fights I was looking to most on the card. You know, ZUNIGA was on Facebook and in the social media networks, you know, just talking about his training camp and how prepared he's going to be for this fight. And you know, we've seen RJ fight, and that guy comes to bang, doesn't really take a step backwards.
That overhand right by ZUNIGA has landed repeatedly. He swings his entire body into it, but it's been very effective.
And the reason why is because he knows that RJ Goodridge is going to stand right there and take it. He doesn't take a step back.
And you notice how that overhand right of ZUNIGA lands right behind the ear, right in that sweet spot. Remember the first time Junior Dos Santos fought Cain Velasquez, Junior caught him right behind the ear, but there's a sneaky armbar coming in from RJ Goodridge. What does he have to do to finish this?
Well, it's going to be tough for him to finish it because he stacked himself up against the fence.
Oh, ZUNIGA dropping in the hammer fist from hell. He is going to work from top control.
He's got looked like he was trying to work a triangle, but ZUNIGA, coming from the Renato Tavares Association, you know, he's gonna be savvy on the ground. He's gonna know, he's gonna see it, he's gonna have felt those different positions before.
ATT Vero Beach for ZUNIGA. Valor Mixed Martial Arts for Goodridge.
This could be dangerous for him. This footlock, anytime there's a footlock, it's always potentially dangerous. Actually, for both guys, now it's going to be dangerous for RJ Goodridge. Again, he stacked himself in a position where it makes it hard for him to defend.
Oh, those left hands are hurting me just watching them. ZUNIGA is going to work. Goodridge eating those shots with his left eye. That was phenomenal ground and pound.
It's such a gamble because he's working that footlock and he believes in it, but at the same time, he's eating punches for it. He's still working on it. He's still got the toe hold. Looks as though he's going to try to change it to a knee bar, but ZUNIGA just stand relentless with his top pressure.
And ZUNIGA seems to have no fear of those submissions. Still bullying ahead. Back up to their feet, though. We'll see if the lankier Goodridge can find his range. An uppercut landing there for Goodridge. You can see, though, the fruits of the labor of those overhand rights by ZUNIGA. The left side of the face of Goodridge is who lands there, a left hook. The left side of Goodridge's face, red and swollen. ZUNIGA hurt him with that right hand.
He definitely hurt him with that.
Could be seconds away here from a finish.
But you know, when you got a guy who's on the ground, you know, off his back, who's got good submissions, he's always dangerous. As you see here, he is always dangerous. Hurt or not, he's always dangerous.
Omoplata attempt there momentarily. ZUNIGA with the right hand. Look at him diving into the guard when he feels fit. Up kick just missing by Goodridge. ZUNIGA getting on top once again, trying to get into side control, and he does. And ZUNIGA showing no sign of tiring, working a frenetic pace 3.5 minutes into this round. Has not slowed down at all.
No, he hasn't. I mean, right now he's punishing RJ Goodridge.
Punishing with elbows, the rights and the lefts. You love to see a guy vary his offense from top control. You never know if it's going to be a punch or an elbow. The elbow's making him pay again. One of those nice courtesies of the unified rules of mixed martial arts. The elbows from top control to the head are legal.
And that was a pretty good move that ZUNIGA did. He's just stacked RJ up against the fence, limiting his movement and mobility. And again, there goes another shot.
Watch it.
And
he's able
to make this work because he has RJ Goodridge's head up against the fence.
Chris ZUNIGA, a little over 30 seconds left in the round. He has been the punisher so far. And Goodridge, a very skilled fighter. He just hasn't been able to deal with this pace from ZUNIGA.
No, and I think that was part of the strategy that they used in order to go into this fight.
And for RJ, this is the second, and he lands a nice up kick there. His corner was very happy about that one. For RJ, second straight time he's fighting a skilled wrestler. He got outworked by Johanner Correa back at Fight Time 14. ZUNIGA trying to follow that same game plan, but Correa certainly wasn't as active as Zuniga is, and they'll go to the stools. That's the end of round one. Round two brought to you by Patriot National Insurance Group. Strength, excellence, tenacity in the workers' comp arena. R.J. Goodridge going to work with that jab in the black trunks. Zuniga closing the distance, working for the takedown. Knee to the gut. He's in the white trunks. Just missing with that big left hand. And now Goodridge turning the tables, going for a takedown of his own.
Nice knee on your way out or an uppercut. You know where it's at.
You think maybe, Dean, the message from R.J. Goodridge's corner was, why don't you put the pressure on him rather than him allowing to dictate the pace like he did in round one, front kick?
No, I don't think so necessarily. You know, when he came out bouncing, and you heard his corners trying to say, you know, stick and move. And I think that's what they wanted him to do, was to stick and move and try to use the reach. Also, that will keep him away from that overhand right that he's been eating that he ate the whole first round.
Well done by R.J. Goodridge, completing the takedown on the former All-State wrestler.
Yeah, but you don't want to forget about the fact that R.J. Goodridge comes from a wrestling background. That was where he got his start.
And R.J., as we saw a few samples of it when he was on the bottom, and he's going to be there again momentarily. Goodridge, an excellent submission game, but this is not a good position to work that game from, as Zuniga turning the tables and going to work once again. And Zuniga's ground and pound coming into play. Left hand just missing, the right hammer fist closing in now inside the full guard of R.J. Goodridge.
You know, look, going into a fight with R.J., you got to know, man. I mean, you got to pretty much kill him to stop him. I mean, he takes everything, and he's always still dangerous because even though he does come from a wrestling background, he believes in his bottom game for his jiu-jitsu. So even though Zuniga's on top, he still has to be careful because at any moment, if RJ's able to swing his hips out, get lock up an armbar or even secure a triangle.
But Dean, when you get to a certain point in the fight when the bodies get more slippery as you see that triangle slipping off, how much harder does it get to lock up some of those submissions?
Oh, it gets a lot harder. Definitely gets a lot harder. But you keep going for it because as you keep going for it, the guy has to keep moving and he's getting tired. And once you got a tired guy, then it's a little easier, no matter how slippery he gets from sweat or blood.
Working inside the brawl and maul corner, Chris Zuniga, where he's been most of this fight in top control. He did have a moment earlier in the second round when it was Goodridge landing the takedown, winding up on top, but this frenetic pace by Zuniga, he reversed the position and has been in control ever since. You see the guard being raised up, getting stacked now again, is R.J. Goodridge on the bottom. Yeah,
and the only problem with his guard is that it's up against the fence. If he was in the center of the cage, he'd have a lot more chances and a lot more success with his guard.
Oh, the elbows sneaking in again from Zuniga, the lefts. Goodridge having trouble defending those. Just when you think he's going to elbow again, he punches. When you think he's going to punch, he elbows.
Yeah, he's very well prepared. Everything he said in social media has been true so far. He is very well prepared for this fight.
So he's more than just a Facebook tough guy is what you're saying?
Oh, without a doubt.
I'm a Twitter tough guy myself.
And you ain't even that tough on Twitter, to be honest with you.
Zuniga standing up. Will he try to dive into that guard once again? Goodridge gets up and eats a right hand. Goodridge now with the uppercuts landing. Not a good spot for Zuniga. Goodridge is going to work. This crowd is on their feet. The knee to the head. Zuniga looks wobbled. Goodridge takes him down. Dean, do you think maybe he should have kept it standing and tried to finish him with strikes?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of had him hurt. You know, I mean, but really, I mean, I can't say that because that's what I would have done, but, you know, knowing his skill set and what he prepared for and what he practiced in camp, I mean, he's got a lot of jiu-jitsu guys in the corners, and he's looking for the submission now. That's probably his strategy, hurt him, then take him down.
Goodridge might make me eat my words here momentarily. He's working for a rear naked choke, trying to stretch Zuniga out. Looks like he's got 2 hooks in now. Softening Zuniga up with some punches. Only got about 20 seconds here to work with in the round. That could be key, but that rear naked choke looks tight. James Waring, the referee, getting in there.
That is very tight. He's got 10 seconds, and he just makes his way out. It was almost as if Goodrich let it go.
Wow, and Zuniga back on top here as the bell rings. We'll go to the third and final round. What a fight. Third and final round here at Fight Time 17 at Fort Lauderdale's War Memorial Auditorium, and we have a war going on right now with R.J. Goodridge and Chris Zuniga. Dean Thomas, do you think with the late success Goodridge had, is this fight now even at 1 round apiece?
No, not at all. I still don't think it was enough to win the round for him.
Front kick there by Zuniga. He has worked a heavy pace with that right hand. The overhand rights have been landing most of the night. Nice level change though by Goodridge and a beautifully timed takedown. R.J. Goodridge on top of Chris Zuniga. Certainly Zuniga breathing a lot heavier now than he'd been earlier on in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what kind of shape you're in, if you bring a pace like that, it's very hard to maintain that and still have what you had in the first round in the third round.
R.J. Goodridge so skilled at taking the backs of his opponents. He had Zuniga's back late in that second round. Didn't finish the rear naked choke. He's working in that same position once again, but with the way that they're stacked against the fence, there's no way for him to get that second hook in.
Nah, it's going to be difficult for him to get that second hook in. What he's going to try to do, in my opinion, is try to work the choke from here and threaten the neck enough to where he can at least create another position and squeeze that choke. See, there he goes right there. He's going to try to work the choke from here. But, you know, with the body type of Zuniga, man, it's tough to get them chokes in. I mean, he's got, you know, kind of a broader build, broad shoulders, short neck. It's hard to get that arm in there.
Right, there's almost no neck to squeeze in there.
Nah, I mean, he's really got to soften him up, and you know, Zuniga at this point, he's not that tired to where he's just going to give up.
R.J. Goodridge clearly in control of this fight, but on Dean Thomas's unofficial scorecard, he may need to finish it to win it. Stretching him out now, this is probably the best position he's had with that body triangle locked in. Still dropping in some punches, working the chess match. He's got plenty of time to work with. Over 2.5 minutes remaining in this fight.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time and a body triangle. Very, very frustrating and difficult position for Zuniga to get out of.
So Dean, for Zuniga, they talk about the hands technique, 2 hands on 1 hand. What does he need to do to fight off this choke?
Well, what he's doing good is his flat. Well, see, once he turns to the side, now it's going to give R.J. Goodridge a better angle. But because he's flat, he doesn't necessarily have to angle the finish, but he will never get out. So in order for him to get out, he has to try to either get the arm over the head or put his back on the floor.
R.J. Goodridge with the arm over the chin. Hasn't quite found that neck.
Almost. It's close. And there,
Zuniga trying to flip over and wind up on top, but good recognition.
He's in a much better position now where he can actually shake. If he can get his arm around, there it goes.
Beautiful. On top now in the full guard is Zuniga. How much gas does he have left in the tank?
I think he's going to have enough to maintain this position right here and finish the fight right here. If he's smart, that's what he's going to do.
Oh, Zuniga with the elbows again. So crafty. When he doesn't have the space to drop punches, he'll drop those short elbows. An RJ chant starting here at the War Memorial Auditorium. Big cheering section for RJ Goodridge. Zuniga diving into his guard once again. Final minute here of the third and final round. Fort Lauderdale's historic War Memorial Auditorium. Howard Davis Jr.'s Fight Time Promotions. Right on top of that Patriot National Insurance logo. Still active here, Chris Zuniga. Been in trouble for much of this round, trying to finish the round strong, maybe even go for a finish, but Goodridge active with the elbows from the bottom.
Yeah, Goodridge has got to throw up some type of submission because he has to finish here.
Zuniga up, right hand landing, triangle attempt, but Zuniga is right out of it. Now Zuniga taking the back of Goodridge, and Goodridge flipping him off over the top. Knee to the body. Could be in for big time action here in the final 10 seconds of this fight. Both men winging punches. Zuniga still throwing those overhand rights. The crowd is loving this. Right hand just missing by Zuniga. They are going crazy here at the War Memorial. Punches landed by Goodridge. This fight is over. We'll go to the judges' scorecards. What a finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 action-packed rounds, we go to the scorecards. Judge Rich Green scores the bout 29-29 even. Hector Gomez and John Rupert both see it 29-28 for your winner by majority decision, Chris Sinistra Zuniga. And let's hear it for R.J. Goodridge.
Chris, man, that was a hard fight. Man, it was every bit as good as I expected it to be. Was he as tough as you expected him to be?
Oh yeah, man, I knew RJ's a tough competitor, and I've trained with him in this team before, and man, he's a warrior.
Now, what was your strategy going into this fight? You came right out the gate with an intense attack. Was that your strategy going into this fight?
Oh yeah, I wanted to surprise him, and I figured they knew I was a wrestler and I was gonna take him down, and I wanted to surprise him with some hard punches and try to keep it standing. But, you know, in the end, I just did whatever I had to do to win.
What was going through your mind when he had your back in the 3rd round?
I was just watching for the choke. I knew he couldn't stay there forever, and I knew my wrestling would eventually get me out.
Well, you definitely earned that win.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you to all my friends and family who came all the way down here from Vero Beach. Represent hometown.
Put your hands together, Chris Zuniga, ladies and gentlemen.